Alright, good morning, afternoon, everyone. Kaito here, and welcome back to another live stream of. Hold on, I got to turn my lights off. It's annoying me right now. Alright, so I turned the light off and also went to grab some water because I noticed I didn't have any. So I said, okay, I'm gonna. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna grab the water and I'm gonna turn my light off while I'm at it. So I don't have to go in the future. Okay, so I'm not gonna do a 20-minute intro like I did last stream. I'm just gonna go into it, but welcome back. I'm hopefully gonna try to finish Shu story mode. I did everyone but Zhao Yun. I saved the best for last. I did Zhuge Liang, Huang Zhang, Zhang Fei is the first one I did. Guan Yu, I did him yesterday. I didn't do him like that, but Machao and Zhuang Wei. So now we got Zhao Yun, and theoretically, once I complete his, Liu Bei should be unlocked again. Theoretically, because I think for all the faction leaders, however you want to say it, you have to beat the story mode with everyone, and then Liu Bei will be unlocked. So to get Cao Cao from Wei, I'm pretty sure we got not pretty sure, but I'm gonna be almost positive that you have to beat all of these. And I actually don't know who the leader of Wu is, who Dynasty Warriors 2 considers the leader of. It's either gonna be Sun Quan or Sun Jian. So one of those two. I don't know who it is. We'll find out when we do Wu. But after Wu, we're gonna do Wei, cause I'm going from my least favorite faction to my favorite faction. So Shu is my least favorite faction. Not saying I hate it. I just have the least favorite characters in Shu. Then it's followed by Wei. I have the least favorite characters in Wei. And my most favorite characters are in Wu. I don't like every single character, but most of my favorite characters are in Wu. So that's why I say Wu for last. Which is ironic because I do love the color blue. But anyways, so we're gonna go with Zhao Yun.
I am Zhao Yun.
I am Zhao Yun. And again, I'm gonna let everything play out. I'm gonna do the backgrounds, even though I do it every battle. But that's just in case this is your first stream.
The time for change is upon us. The time of the blue dragon is over. And all will believe wear my symbol upon their heads. Let them fight by my side. The yellow dragon is come.
In the spring of the year 184, Zhang Jiao raised the Chinese people against the decadent and corrupt Han Dynasty. Followers of Zhang proudly wore yellow cloths around their heads. Thus was born the Yellow Turban Rebellion. The beleaguered Han sent out their call for help and ordered a campaign against the Yellow Turbans, who numbered in the hundreds of thousands. From all across the country, brave men and women stood to answer this call of duty. Their stories, their legends are about to begin.
Call of Duty. How many times I've seen this video and just never noticed the Call of Duty part? But yeah. There's not really much I can talk about. Every time I stream, I don't want to repeat stuff over and over, so I mostly stay quiet, right? So every time I stream, that's one of my my fears, I guess we can say, where I just don't know what to say or having trouble what to say. Oh, my bodyguards also jumped to. Oh, dang. Dude, I have a spear. You would think I'll be able to knock him down. Bruh. There we go. One thing I did want to talk about is anime. So, of course I watch anime, right? I'm not someone who does not watch anime. I love anime. I grew up watching anime. And I've always wondered, is there a way I can track my anime, the anime that I watch, right? Like, and you know, rate it and everything. This is, I'm getting into it. I'm just certain someone will probably be like, oh, well, why don't I just use this website, right? I'm getting there. So there's a thing called My Anime List that I didn't know about. I've heard people talk about it, but I just thought it was like where you could see reviews of anime from other people, right? I thought it was one of those. But no, you can actually make like your own anime list. It's called My Anime List, so you'll think, oh, you can make your own anime list. Again, I just thought that was just like what was it called? Not promotion. What is it called? Kind of like a self-promotion in a way. It's not the word I want to use, but that's the only thing I can think of. But again, I didn't think it was something that I didn't think it was an anime list you can actually make yourself for your own anime that you like. So after discovering that, I started making my list. And there's a thing that, you know, you can rate your anime that you watch. You know, oh, I rate this anime 1 out of 10, right? But here's the thing. I would never rate an anime a 10, even if it's my most favorite anime. Because for me, a 10 is perfect. And I don't see any anime being perfect. That's why I would never rate an anime a 10. Same way with I would never rate an anime a 1. Because I've never seen every anime, so I don't know if the anime is a 1 or a 10. So I will avoid 1s and 10s. There you go. And here's another thing that I'm having issues with on that front. Is I've dropped some animes, not because they're bad, but just because I stopped having time. So I didn't drop them because they're bad. So I did drop some animes, shows because they were bad, but most of the time I stopped watching it because I just got busy with something else, and I never went back to finish it. So there's this one anime that I did drop because it was bad. I don't. Why are you crying? My dog's crying. I just took her out so she shouldn't have to pee or anything. And she has water. She has water. She has food. Because I filled up her water today, so I know she hasn't drank it that fast. Anyways, mine's the blue one. That's the one I stole. So there's this anime, and you could, if you know the anime, you know, drop it in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube. If Yuto appears in the chat, he could probably remember the name. Because he asked me about it before, but he probably forgot to. The anime is about like these humanoid robots, like basically think of like the Elon Musk robots that he's trying to come out with, but they're more humanoid and they're actually computers and everything, right? But so this guy gets one, and it's a girl, of course. It's basically his love interest, I guess. I don't know. Again, I never finished it. I dropped it because I just didn't find it. It wasn't bad, as in like the show was bad and everything. It wasn't for me. I'll say it like that. Earlier I said I dropped it because it was bad, but I'm changing my stance. I didn't drop it because it was bad. I changed it because it wasn't for me. Yuto, he finished it. Congrats to him. I don't know how he finished it. I couldn't have finished it because I just found it boring. But again, the guy he's in college, I believe. He gets this computer girl, and the world, like some people fall in love with these computer girls. And there's this, I believe she was a teacher, who her boyfriend left her for one of these computer girls. I also do believe they were all girls. I don't believe there was like a computer guy. Could be wrong. But so she had like issues with love, and the best friend of the main character fell in love with the teacher. And I think he also had a robot, but he like didn't see them as love interests, just like as tools, like useful tools, right? Like you'll see like a knife. You don't say, oh, you're a tool. You're like, hey, you're useful. I want to use you. Kind of stuff like that. So, and that's how he saw them. So they were able to form a good relationship. Let me check if this is up right here. No, okay, gotta find the guy. So yeah, and that was it. I think the girl had pink hair or blonde hair. One of the two. The robot girl. I remember the color pink for some reason, but I don't know if that was her or if that was the teacher. Because for some reason, the teacher did leave an imprint. And I don't know how it ended. I don't know if he found his own love, fell in love with the computer chick girl. I don't know. I think and also I don't think he bought the computer chick. I think he found her in the trash can. Like someone discarded her, and he picked her up and fixed her. I think that's how it went. Again, I dropped it because it wasn't for me. I'm not the biggest fan of slice of life. I'm not the biggest fan. Do I watch it? Yes, I watch some slice of life, but I mostly watch it if it's funny, like comedy, right? Comedy slice of life. I watch that. But just slice of life, just like that one, it's not for me. Not for me, dog. So there was that. All right. Again, I dropped it because not for me. Again, Yusuf finished it, and I'm going through it every time. Alright, so an anime that I did watch, I do love. I loved it. I would, if I did give 10, that would be one that I would rate 10, but I don't give 10, so I gave it a 9. To me, a 9 is the best anime show will ever get. It's not going to ever happen, but unless I see every anime that has ever existed, I would not give a 10 until I finish everything, and I can say, okay, this is definitely a 10, and this is definitely a 1. So that's why, unless I watch everything, which is never going to happen, I'm never going to rate an anime a 10, and I'm never going to rate it a 1. But an anime that I would rate 10 if I did do 10s would be the Eminence in Shadow. For some reason, I don't know why, I really enjoyed that one. That was one of the most recent ones that I really enjoyed. Another one I enjoyed that I would probably give a 10 if I could would be Gundam. G Gundam. Not because it's the best Gundam one. I haven't seen every Gundam. But because that was my favorite Gundam. It does have a slight bias to it. I hear a lot of people saying that Wing Gundam is a lot better, the show. And it is good, right? I do like it. That'll probably be my second favorite. But again, G Gundam is mostly nostalgia for me, and I'll admit it. I'm not gonna say, oh no, I'm being I'm grading it fairly. No, it has a strong bias to me, and it was also different. It was more martial arts, giant robots and martial arts, which is two things I love, and that hit all the spots for me. And it wasn't as political as the other ones, right? Like all the other Gundams were more political based with giant robots and war. This one still had the war, did have some political stuff in it, but it was mostly just giant robots and fighting. You didn't have to pay attention to the political stuff. Everything you win the tournament, that nation leads all the other colonies in space or something. I don't even remember what it was about. That wise. I remember what it was about, giant robots fighting for the control of things, but I don't know if it was the whole colony or whatever. And the Dark Gundam, Shoji, and all that. Shinji, I can't remember. And I can't remember the older brother of Domon Kashu. I do remember the line though. This hand of mine is burning red. I kind of want to yell because my sister's currently in the living room. I'm in my room, but you could hear me through the vents. Because it leads straight into the living room. So that's why I'm trying not to yell. She's having trouble sleeping. But yeah. So this hand of mine is burning red. This loud roar tells me to defeat you, or to grasp victory, depending on which battle he's in. Take this, my love, my anger, and all my sorrow. Shining fingers. Also, something I discovered, I think it was 2 years ago. The voice actor for Domon Kashu, he was voice acting as a side hobby, I think it was. And he stopped voice acting now, but he was the voice actor. I just noticed I grabbed a different horse. Usually I try to get the blue ones, because blue is my favorite color again. So he was just doing voice acting as a side gig. That's what I wanted to say. What he wanted to do and what he was working for, the main thing he was working for is trying to get his doctorate degree, because he wanted to be a doctor. And I remember seeing all this because I saw comments saying that, man, I can't believe he became a doctor. Imagine you get your prostate exam and it's by him, and you're like, hey, you tell him, hey man, I like your voice and G Gundam and all blah blah blah. And oh, thank you. And then when he's doing a prostate exam on you, he's putting on the blue gloves, and he's like, these fingers of mine are burning red. This loud roar tells me to grasp victory. And you're just over there bent over with your what's it called? Pants around your ankles, bent over on the table. And that's what you hear behind you before you get two fingers shoved in you. But yeah. So, but another thing, going back to the anime list, I was kind of getting sidetracked a little bit. Another thing that I'm having some trouble is some anime I watch and like, I never finish. It's uncompleted, and I don't want to put an anime on my list if I haven't completed it. Two animes that come to mind that I've watched but never completed, and it's not because I never dropped it. It's just that I got busy, and I to this day I haven't gone back to finish it for two reasons. One, I don't remember what episodes I have not seen, and there are other stuff I also want to see, and I'm having trouble like what to prioritize, right? So two animes that are really good that that have not completed, not because I got bored or they were bad or anything like that. It's just I just never had time. I got busy at the time, and I just don't know when to go back. And that is, there's two ways I've heard this anime pronounced, so I don't know. I'm gonna say both of them. I don't know which one it is because again I've heard both ways. Evangelion and Evangelion. I've heard both of them. To me, I think Evangelion sounds correct, but I've seen other people passionate for Evangelion. I don't know why that one sounds wrong to me, but of course, again, I don't want to insult anybody if that's one of your favorite animes. I've seen episodes on Toonami of that one. I never finished it because I was very young back then. I had school and everything. I think it was on Toonami at least. I don't want to say, oh, I saw it on Toonami. Oh, it was never on Toonami. I do remember seeing it. It could have been on my computer. Who knows? It was very hard. It could have been on YouTube because that's how I remember the golden age of when you could find anime episodes on YouTube split into 3 parts. Part 1, part 2, part 3, and they were like 8-minute episodes or something like that. I think I also remember that one time I saw them in 12-minute sections. I think those were in 2 parts, but they're mostly in 8 parts, 8 2-minute parts. With like the last one, the third one being like a 6-minute or something for like the runtime. I don't remember. I'm just doing off the top of my head. Could be wrong, but anyways. So I never finished Evangelion, all the episodes and the movies and all that stuff. And now going back, I'm confused because I could always look it up. Like how I'm pretty sure there's a list out there how to watch Evangelion. How to watch it in chronological order, including all the movies. So because I think they said all the movies are actually canon. And I actually believe I never seen any of the movies because I don't remember that. I do remember watching the first episodes of Evangelion and how I was so confused. But then, like, it did kind of scare me at first as well. But I was a kid and I got over it. But so one day I want to go back and finish watching all of them so I can put it on my anime list. And another one that I never finished. This one I know for a fact was on Toonami. And I never finished it again because just school and everything. And it's once I say it, a lot of people are gonna probably get mad at me for this. Full Metal Alchemist, either the regular or Brotherhood. I never finished either of them. Again, I was young. I got busy, and I don't know what episodes I've seen. I know I never saw the ending. I've spoiled myself with the ending just as time goes on. But I've also never seen the actual fight itself, the full episode of Mustang versus, I believe its name was Envy. I can't remember off the top of my head. I've seen the clip of it, and I know why. Like the rage and everything. I know why all that happened. That was those episodes I did see. I just didn't see that episode itself, nor the ending. And again, I don't know which episodes I saw, so I had to see it from beginning to end, which is not a bad thing, right? Like, I don't mind watching it again. But what I'm also thinking of doing is getting the Blu-ray DVD of both. I've seen Brotherhood and not Brotherhood. I've seen both Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood going as a set. So I'll probably end up getting that DVD, and then one day, maybe in the summer, I'll watch it all. I'll probably watch Brotherhood. Because isn't Brotherhood that they took the fillers out, and the flow goes better, or it's like more loyal to the manga, basically, is what I recall hearing. Again, if I'm wrong about any of this, don't get mad, please. It's just me that I can't remember well, and I'm also like, I'm not good at doing two things at once, like thinking, talking, and then playing Dynasty Warriors. I'm not really that good at doing for some reason. I'll get super sidetracked. And sometimes you can just hear it in my voice when sometimes I go like, yeah. Like whenever I do stuff like that, it's because like my brain is not braining. So, kind of spoiler alert. That's what's going on. So I apologize again. Don't get mad at me. Just be patient with me. That's all I ask. Now, I always ask for respect, right? Like, if you respect me, I respect you. I don't care what you believe in. You can believe the earth is flat, but if you respect my beliefs, I'll respect you. If you're patient with me, I'll be patient with you. I won't get mad at you. So that's why I just asked for that. Another another anime that I've never finished, I did watch, was Free Rent. I started watching it into the was episode 12? I don't remember. The one where Freeran was fighting Aurora. What's her name? Aurora? The executioner? This is how bad my memory is. That was one of the most recent animes that I saw and have not finished. But I can't remember. I can't even remember her name. If it was Aurora, if it was someone else. I'm gonna look it up because I hate that I can't remember. Freeran versus Aurora. I'm just gonna put that. So it says Sora. Is it just Aura? Her name might just be Aura. Yeah, it's Aura. Okay, it's just Aura. I don't know why was I thinking Aurora? It was close, so you can give me that. But yeah, Freeman versus Aura. That was one of the last episodes I saw. And also, you know, when Stark and Friend fought those other two demons whose name I don't even care to remember. I saw the ending of those fights as well. And that one actually got busy with work. And I stopped watching, and I just haven't had time to go back into it. Talking about Imminence and Shadow again, that I said I would give it a 10 if I did give out 10s like that. That was one of the rare times I've seen an anime completely without actually being busy. So that was kind of amazing in a way. But yeah, I saw all of G Gundam. I saw that twice because the second time I saw it was a long time ago. I think I just entered the workforce when I when I rewatched it again. I can. And here's the thing with G Gundam. Like, if I rewatch animes that I've seen before, I could watch it in dubs because I already know what happens. But I like watching everything in subs. I'm not gonna be one of those people. Oh, subs are better than dubs. I'm not gonna be those people. Like, I understand both perspectives, right? If you can read subtitles, go for it, right? You know, the Japanese experience. I watch anime for the Japanese experience. I don't watch it for, like, oh, I want it to be Americanized, right? If I want to be Americanized, I'll just watch American Idol or something. I don't even think that's based in America. Or no, I think it's not the American Idol. What's the one? It's like a talent show kind of thing. Everyone's Got Talent. I think that one's the one that's not based in America. I don't know. You can tell how little I watch these shows because I'm like, can't even say it. But again, I understand the people who argue that subs are better than dubs, but I also understand people who say, dubs are good too because they can't read and watch at the same time, right? And there are some dubs that are good out there, right? I'm not gonna say that there are no good dubs out there. So I understand both sides. Did I see an axe fall? No, okay. So I understand both sides. But if I watch an anime, I'll always first watch it in subs. Unless when I was younger, when I didn't know about the internet and all that stuff. Once I can do that, I watch it in dubs. And I can rewatch it and just listen to it without watching the show because I want to catch every little detail, right? So that's why I don't want to watch Brotherhood in dub. You know, I could be at work and I could just listen to it, but I can't watch it because I got to pay attention, or else I could actually kill myself at work if I'm not paying attention. And same with Freeman. I want to finish it in subs because that's how it started. And season 2 I think it's currently out. I don't think it finished, and I've had time to watch it, but I don't want to watch it without finishing season 1. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT. I saw all those. Surprisingly, I'm not putting the movies in my list because I just don't. let me see. Can I access my anime list from here? And just to read off the anime list that I have watched. Log in. Log in. Where's my list? Profile? I got no friends. Anime list? Is this taking to mine? Is this mine? I think this is mine. Okay. So right now I have added, let me go all the way to the bottom, 76 animes. And I will read them all to you. My guards are still peons. They didn't even level up. Did they die? I don't think so. Maybe they did. Alright. Again, some of these animes maybe y'all haven't seen. But all these are ones I completed and what I rate them. Again, 9 being the highest I will give any anime, 2 being the lowest. And I'm gonna be quiet, so I'll just complain.
We cannot overlook the tyranny of Dong Zhuo. The time has come to destroy this traitor. Right shall prevail. Attack!
You pitiful fools.
The campaign against the Yellow Rebels was successful. However, the hard-won peace was short-lived. Emperor Ling died, and the land was once again plunged into war. One man clawed his way to the top during this time of turmoil. His name was Dong Zhuo. Dong seized control of the armies and enlisted as his personal bodyguard the fierce Lu Bu. Secure in this power, he began his own despotic rule. Han loyalists determined to end the depravity of Dong Zhuo. They gathered their forces into a strong alliance and chose Yuan Shao to lead them. In 191, the two forces met at the impregnable Hu Lao Gate. The battle to save the Han was once again about to begin.
Okay, and something I want to mention before I start naming the animes that I have on my list so far. Oh, but also I haven't updated in a while. But something I also want to mention. If there's a good anime, good to you, I guess I could say, that is, let's say a 6, because just seeing off my list, the first fews, they're rated 6. If I rate something a 6 and I rate something else a 7, but like to a lot of people, they're like, oh, well, why'd you rate that one a 6 when it's way better than the one that you rated a 7? I rate every anime separate. I don't rate it compared to other animes, right? So like the Eminence in Shadow, if I rate that a 9 and I rate G Gundam a 9, I don't want you to think that I think Eminence in Shadow and G Gundam are both like they're on equal terms to each other, right? I'm rating them on my enjoyment, how I think the pace was, the animation was, the flow, everything. Like I'm doing all that with the anime itself. I'm not comparing it to G Gundam, and I'm not comparing G Gundam, and I'm not comparing the Eminence in Shadow together. So I just want you to keep that in mind while I'm doing this. I don't want to rate. I don't want you thinking like, you know, anime A and anime B, 1 to 6, 1 to 7. I'm rating them against each other, and I think anime B is rated higher than anime A because it just is. That's not what it is. I'm just each anime, even if it's the second season. So like if anime 1, let's just say anime 1 season 1 and anime 1 season 2. If one is rated higher than the other, it doesn't mean that I rate this one higher than the other one. It's just that, just individually, I'm rating anime 1 season 1 as its own entity, and I'm rating anime 1 season 2 as its own entity, as its own thing. I'm not comparing it, you know, I'm not comparing 2 apples. I'm comparing 1 apple and looking at it, tasting it, you know, the chewness and all that stuff, and I'm rating that by itself. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind while I'm doing this, because I don't want to start internal fights. My Goddess. That's one of the earliest, not the earliest, but an early anime I saw when I was younger. That one I did see on YouTube. That one I have fond memories of. That one I rated a 6. My Goddess Fights of Fancy. That one I rated another 6. A 6. I rated a lot of stuff 6s because that to me 6 is like average. Like good story, it flowed good. The animation was pretty good, especially for its time. Because oh my god, it's old. To say the years, the year it came out. I don't see any year. I just see TV and how many episodes it had. So I don't see the years it came out, which is upsetting. But ow, did I have a horse? I don't want to. I don't think I had a horse. Okay. Oh my god, this fight's so fancy. That one I also rated a 6. Again, I think it was good. They were not the best, but I enjoyed it. Can I tell you? Like, I'm not actually asking if I can tell you. I'm just saying, like, could I tell you what the story is about? I can't right now. It was so long ago, and I've only seen it one time. So if I rewatch it, maybe I'll rate it lower. Maybe I'll rate it higher. I don't know. Now this one's one that I read the manga. I love not the manga, the light novel. I have the light novel. I love the light novel. When I heard it was getting an anime adaptation, I was so excited. The anime adaptation comes out and it was not good. Like it was rough. So it's like and also it was like they had 12 episodes a season. There are multiple seasons. And so think if they made the Bible into an anime, right? Like the thickness. If they made the Bible into an anime and they condensed it into a 12, maybe 13 episode, and think of the same thickness, but there are multiple versions of the Bible. They're not just making the Bible. There's the whole. Let me count right over real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's either 12 or 13. I probably skip a book because it's kind of away from me and I don't want to get up to count it. But there are like 12 or 13 volumes of the light novel, and the light novel. And the light novel did finish recently. There's after stories. I don't know if those are going to get made. But yeah, so and they're not as thick as the Bible. That is a big exaggeration, but it is big. Like it has. I would say it has over 1,000 pages, if not close to 1,000 pages. So now you're trying to condense that into Volume 1, not just Volume 1. I think Season 1 was the first 4 volumes. And it had 12, maybe 13 episodes, not including OVAs. So you really had to leave a lot of stuff out. And the animation was not the best. A lot of people who love the show, who love the manga, the light novel, they did not like the animation. I don't want to... I don't want to harp on the animation. Animation's hard to do, right? I understand. I don't want to harp on it, but they use too much CGI, which I think that's what ruined most of it. Is the how much CGI they use. But the anime, and maybe you know about this. Maybe if you were guessing what anime it was, maybe you got it right, maybe you got it wrong. Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest. I literally bought Volume 1, finished reading it, and got the second one on Amazon. And I discovered that an anime is going to come out soon about it. And I got so excited. And then it came out, and I was like, ugh. I mean, the animation is not bad. The flow is not the best either, because, again, you're condensing 4 rather large light novels into 13 episodes. I think Season 1 was 13. Into 13 episodes, like, ugh. Like, it's rough. So it's still good. If it's still good in its own, but not the best. It could have been way better. Like I was hoping this would be one I would have loved to give this one a 9, because again I love the light novel. And now we also have the other seasons from Arifureta. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. The second one, Season 2, rated that a 6 as well. Season 3, I think Season 3 did a lot better than Season 1, or 1 and 2. I rated that one a 7. And I think that's where it stopped. Don't quote me on that. That's the first time I've ever seen the camera do that, where it pans one way, hits the wall, and pans the other way. force though. Okay. Armed girls must. I can't pronounce this word. Mashivalism. That one I rated a 7. That one was a pretty good anime. That one is about. Oh, I should tell you what some of these are about. Hold on, let me kind of focus a little bit, and I can tell you what it's about. So spoilers, if you want, I'll try not to spoil most of the stuff. I'll just try to spoil like if I was doing like a summary of it, so someone's gonna watch it. Keyword try. I could possibly fail that, so I apologize if I do fail, and I spoil a bit too much. Okay, so again, I can't tell you about Oh My Goddess because it's been so long, and that one I never rewatched. But I do remember seeing it, and I do remember enjoying it. That's why I rated it a 6. Wait, I don't want to leave my horse. Alright, Arifareta, that one is a newer one. Not as new, but compared to Oh My Goddess, it's a newer one. It's a couple years old. Oh My Goddess, I think that one, I want to say that one came out like early 2000s. Alright, so Arifareta, it's an isekai and a genre. I know a lot of people are actually kind of frustrated with isekais. And I can understand it. I don't mind isekais, so I can still watch them. But it's instead of just a boy, it's mostly boys. Instead of a boy being isekai just by himself, it's his whole classroom that got isekai. Not the school, just the classroom, including the teacher. Even people who I believe, I could be wrong. It's been a while since I read Volume 1, but I believe even people who were not in the classroom that left also got isekai. So it was that specific room that got isekai, and anyone who was involved in that room, including the homeroom teacher. So they all got isekai and they got powers, and you know it's the classic isekai trope. You know, someone's the hero, everyone else gets powers. Some are good, some are better than others. And our main character, he got one of the more weaker powers, right? He got I forget what it was exactly called, but it's kind of like transmutation in a way. He had to make contact with the ground, and he could like make holes, and he could forge like small stuff. It was a skill that that a lot of blacksmith people mostly had, and it wasn't that. It was a rare skill, but it wasn't like that super rare, right? I believe. Again, I could be wrong. It's been a while. So they go to the dungeon to get stronger. What? Okay, there we go. They go to the hero and the whole class goes to the dungeon. They train in the castle first. Then they go to the dungeon to train, and something happens and they get teleported into a lower floor. They fight a boss monster, and they're struggling because they're still new. Even the hero is struggling, right? Like they can't defeat the boss monster, so they have to retreat. And it's not one of those where once you fight the monster, you're trapped in it, right? You could escape whenever you can. But they were teleported in, and to their knowledge, there's no way to teleport back out. They have to go to an upper floor where there is a teleportation crystal to send them back to upper floors, but they're not on one of those floors. So they're fighting. They're like struck, and a lot of enemy skeleton soldiers appeared behind them. So they are trying to escape. Some people are fighting. Most of the students are fighting the skeletons, trying to make clear path, while the knights that were escorting them, and a few others that have strong abilities were fighting the behemoth. I don't think that was the name of the monster. I'm just saying behemoth because it was a big dragon-like monster. That's not really a spoiler because it's just a boss monster, but it's not the main antagonist or anything. It's just the big boss for episode 1. But I'm gonna call it Behemoth just because I don't know if it ever really had a name. So they're trying to defeat it. They do some damage, but it's not enough. So, and the character's name is Hajime. Hajime. I don't know why I said Hajime. The main character's name is Hajime. So he tries to help out he was helping out. He helped out some of the students that were fighting the skeletons, but went to go help out the heroes. Even though he was weak, he still went. You know, he squared up in a way and went to go help the heroes. He couldn't damage them, but he used his transmutation abilities to kind of make like a pitfall in the on the ground to stagger the enemy while they launched a strong attack and then tried to escape. He also did not have a lot of mana, so he couldn't transmutate a large area, nor could he keep it up for a long time. Well, they managed to stagger it, and they're running to escape. Hajime is one of the last ones to leave because he's the one that has to stay there because he can't. Again, he has to be close because he doesn't have a lot of magic. He has to stay close to keep the behemoth staggered enough for the rest of his classmates to run away. And once they're free, they all launched a magic attack to kind of stagger the behemoth again, like so Hajime could escape. But he was betrayed. One of the magical attacks attacked him, and the bridge was destroyed. I think that was Hajime's doing, because that was part of the plan. Like they were gonna send the behemoth flying down, right? So I think that was part of the plan. I could be wrong. The bridge was being destroyed, and because the magic attack happened, no, hold up, I take that back. The bridge was weak that they were on. Oh, it was a bridge, by the way, that they were on. It was weak, and the magic attack and the weight of the behemoth and all that, and it charging caused the bridge to fall, which ended up causing Hajime to fall with the bridge and the behemoth. So yeah, everyone thought he died. He fell down into a lower floor. Again, they were already on a low floor where they were struggling. Even the hero couldn't. I think he could damage the behemoth, but not enough where he could actually like kill it. Like they were struggling hard with it. That's why they were trying just to stagger it and run away. But Hajime fell with the behemoth fall. At this point, the story with the behemoth is over. It's not like it lived and it started hunting him. Nothing like that happened. Hajime fell into a lower floor. He doesn't even know what floor level he's on. But even the weak-looking monsters were super strong, like a bunny, right? Or there was a wolf with electric abilities, and it was moving fast. Like Hajime could barely see it. And then there was a weak-looking bunny. But the thing with the bunny is it had like powerful legs. You know, it looked strong. Like the bunny did not skip leg day. If I remember, I'm probably not gonna remember, but if I do, I will probably put a picture that is included in the light novel of the bunny. Like it has swole legs. Like you ever seen a picture like of a guy with strong arms but chicken legs? I think people call that the chicken leg syndrome, where they just work arms only and not the legs. So now they got buff arms, but they got itty bitty legs. It was like that, but the opposite for the bunny. It had swole legs, but the arms were still that of like soft and bunnyful, I guess we could say. Okay. I would go upwards because going back down feels like it would be more of an issue. It feels like it would be longer, not an issue. Alright, so the bunny used an ability and killed the wolf, and the wolf looked like it looked scary. It was big. Think of size of a dire wolf, and it had electric abilities. Again, it could paralyze stuff and eat it. And this bunny launched like an air attack, and it killed the wolf, chopped it in two. And so even the weak-looking monsters were strong as heck. So Hajime, again being the weakest of his class, like was scared. And then what he believes and what we believe, because that was like there are only 3 species that we were ever introduced. I don't know if there were more. There were probably more in there that I just can't remember. They weren't strong enough to be remembered, I'll say, if there were other species in there. Was a bear. And the other 2 monsters, the wolf and the rabbit, were afraid of this bear. That's how strong the bear was. And again, this is going a bit into spoiler warning. And I know I said I was going to do it like if I was doing a small review, like a summary of it, but I already went past all that because I'm giving extra information. All this is in episode 1, by the way. I'm not going to spoil the ending or what happens past this area. I know to a point where I'm going to stop at. So Hajime, he starts getting attacked by this bear, and it cuts off his arm. And the bear eats it. and he's still trying to escape it, where he pushed himself to the max, his transmutation ability, to dig himself inside a hole. And in that hole, he found something that can keep him alive, and that was a curse, a blessing and a curse to him, because it could keep him alive, but he didn't want to be alive. And he was starving. He had no food on him. It's not like he went. It's not like he had supplies and everything. They did not have like a magic sash that he could store food in or anything. So he had to hunt and kill things in there, and it really messed him up. You cannot eat the monsters inside the dungeon because the mana, the magic that flows in their body is toxic to a human. And again, the thing he found, I don't want to spoil what it is, the thing he found keeps him alive. So while his body was ripping itself apart, it was also healing him. So it was like in an endless torture cycle, and it mutated him. So he ended up becoming like a mutation human hybrid. All this in episode 1. So now he doesn't know how long he's been in this cave, in this dungeon, right? You know, he doesn't know if it's been minutes, days, weeks. He does not know. What he does know is he wants to escape. He wants to go back to his family, to his mom, his mom and his dad. He wants to go back to where he came from. So he vows that he's gonna get out of the dungeon, and he's gonna go back home. He's gonna find a way back home. And this is like that ominous turning point where he says, even if I have to kill to go back. Which again, that's a turning point, because he, until this point in time, the little we know about him, we know he's a nice guy. He tries to help out. You know, he gets bullied, but he doesn't really retaliate because he's weak. But now, after everything that he's been through, now he like, I will kill if I have to. He doesn't know how far down he is, so he assumes it's better to go down than up, and maybe he can find a way out. Like maybe if he goes. Maybe he goes down a few floors. Maybe he'll find a teleport crystal that will take him back out. So that's what he does. He just keeps going down, and he eventually finds a companion. And again, I don't want to spoil anything. That's why I haven't mentioned the bear, or I haven't mentioned the rabbit, or I haven't mentioned anything else besides what I already told you. Because by itself, it's a good story. Just again, they skip a lot of stuff, and they condense it, and the animation. But if you have not read the book, and I think that's only the fault if you have not read the novel or the manga. And as I said earlier, I want to see if I can find the. I know I can find it. It's just, the thing is, if I remember it, and if I should include the manga panel where his body was tearing and reforming, the manga version, because it was sick in the manga. When I saw it, I was like, oh man, that's sick. Not like, oh, I'm gonna throw up sick. Like, oh, that's awesome sick. Like how they drew it. If I remember, I might forget. Another thing, and that's as far as I'm gonna go. He finds a companion, and they have their adventures. And you know, it has I think it has 3 seasons. I don't know if a 4th one ever came out, but that's why I only have up to 3. And the next one is Armed Girls Mashivism. Again, I don't know how to pronounce it. That one is about a boy. There's like a troubled school, right? For where people who misbehave go. Ow. There's a school where troubled kids go to if they misbehave, and it used to be an all-girls school before they became co-ed. And the girls that I think the girls were attending before it became co-ed, they became like the protectors of that school, where the girls armed themselves with weapons, mostly swords. And they disciplined all the troubled boys that came and protected the girls. So I don't think it was all the boys, but I can't remember. But there was one boy in that. No, okay, hold on. I think I remember. I think all the boys were forced to dress like women in the show, like as a type of humiliation, right? Like they stripped their masculinity, and now you got to wear girls' clothes. I think that's what happened. So the best friend, the male best friend of the main character is, he's a larger fella, and he was dressed as a girl, and it was just so funny. But all the girls were strong. They all had different ranks, and they all had weapons. And the guy, he's still like, the guy told him, if you want to lay low, just follow everyone. Dress like a girl. Follow everyone's lead. Don't stay out of their sights. You don't want to draw their attention. But the guy, he's like, nah, I'm different, basically. So the girls found him an issue. And also the girls also reviewed like what he was in trouble for. So they tried to punish him early. Oh, damn, look at all those meat buns. So they tried to punish him early. No. Oh, damn it. And he rebelled. He left once like they had free time. One girl tried to discipline him, and he fell. He fell. He jumped out the window, and he had a special ability. He didn't have a weapon per se, like a sword, but he did have another special ability, where it wasn't like a magic ability. It was just something that he got through training that he could do, and it was really funny. So like the whole thing is like. The whole episodes is just different girls fight him, and once he beats them, he gets like a stamp card. He gets a stamp. I haven't used my special yet. I'm just gonna use it. Also because there was that Musou thing. I forgot how his special looked. It's not a bad special, but it could have been better. And did I grab it or did it vanish? I have no idea. Where did it go? Whatever. But yeah, so that's basically the whole thing, where every episode he's either fighting a girl or just some shenanigans happens, and he gets a stamp, and if he gets enough stamps, which is 1 stamp per girl, except for 1, I think. But if he got the stamps, he could leave the school premise. So that's why he wanted the stamp, so he can leave. He had their permission to leave. So that was that. I rated that a 7. I don't know if I said it. Blade Dance of the Elementalers. That one I don't really remember too much of. I think it was a guy pretending to be a girl. Before, not currently. Like he grew up pretending to be a girl, and he was like a good swordsman that had elemental powers. But in the current timeline, like in current time, he came as a guy. He dropped the facade. The reason why I bring up he dressed up as a girl before is because one of the characters thought he resembled the girl that she saw back in the day, and thought maybe he was a brother or like a mentor to her or something. But honestly, I didn't even need to bring that up. That was just something that stuck with me. It's nothing bad. I rated it a 6. It was pretty good. Bleach. I think, is this all? I think this is all, because it says progress 366. I rated that an 8. It's a good show. I love Bleach. I did not watch all of Bleach, and by all of Bleach I mean the filler. I did not watch all the fillers, but I have watched everything except for when it came back, the 1,000-Year Blood War and all the whatever. I have not watched that just yet. Chain Soldier, I saw that one. I think that one was pretty good. I rated that a 7 as well. Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion, I gave that a 9. Really good. Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion R2, again another one, really good. Gave that one a 9 as well. Death March to a Parallel World Rhapsody, I gave that one a 7. I'm not gonna explain all of them. I'm just gonna explain the ones that really catch my interest and the ones I think should deserve explaining. Like one of the lower ones that I don't think people know about. The Bleach, a lot of people should know what Bleach is. Chain Soldier, I feel like it had its popularity, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people know about it. 6 people. I went from 2 peons to 6 peons. So weird. They got high defense at least. Bigger defense than I do. Chain Soldier, I'll go through it fast. There's these gates appeared, and these gates appeared, and some monsters can come out of the gates and attack people. Women get special abilities, and they join like this strike force, and to deal with the monsters, and they could make a base inside the realms where these monsters reside in. And this guy, he gets special abilities somehow, where if
Tako's troops have overtaken us.
Brother, lead them to us.
Do not worry. Yeah!
I'm letting this play out. Again, I just be quiet so you guys can hear it without interruption.
The alliance had destroyed the ambition of Dong Zhuo. Still, the Han remained powerless as each lord began to dream his own dreams of conquest and power. In the year 200, Cao Cao defeats Yuan Shao and gains control over the Central Plains. Supreme power rests in his hands, and his forces grow tremendously. Cao Cao works to bring the entire land under his control. In 208, he personally leads his men south to Jing. After years of wandering, Liu Bei had finally come to rest in Jing. Now he must find a way to escape the overwhelming force soon to reach him.
Okay, so the guy, he's able to transform into a monster and help fight beside the girls. Depending on which girl he teams up with, he transforms into a different type of monster that like best suits their fighting abilities. Does that make sense? So that is Chain Soldier. Again, I rate that. I rate that a 7. It was good. Good animation, good story. I did like the story enough to where I picked up the manga. I don't think it has a light novel, and if it does, I just never saw it. But it'll probably be something I will pick up if I do discover it. Not right now, but you know, future installments. Hold up. Kind of concentrating. Because for some reason, Yang Wei keeps blocking. There we go. I'm pretty sure I was on the horse. Not that one. This one. Not that one. I'm gonna move it. This one. Ow. Alright. That one, it wasn't that hard to explain. And also, I don't want to go too far into it, just because it's not kind of as a little bit more lore heavy as a Ripperetta was, in my opinion. You know, I'm pretty sure I could have mentioned more stuff, but that's pretty much all you need to know. Big monster, guy transforming into monsters, confused because guys should not have powers. I believe, at least. I don't recall ever seeing another guy with powers, mostly women. Teams up, different girl, has different powers. Maybe he could transform so like he could still transform with a different girl as well. Like kind of like an evolution. Death March of Polar Rhapsody is it's an isekai game developer, falls asleep and possibly dies. They never really confirmed it from overwork, and he went into the he got isekai into the video game he was working on. Has all its bugs and everything, so he knows pretty much what to do, becomes OP, and has an adventure. And he's overpowered. Just one of those standard isekais. I believe this was my horse. Oh, the enemy has arrived. I'm gonna go take out those two enemies. The gate captains. I'm gonna take them out. It would be so funny if I get trapped by Cao Cao. Cao Cao. I call him Cao Cao sometimes, like just because that's how I always hear his name in these dubs. So. God, so many people. Sao Pi, Sao Pai. Where'd he go? He's running away. Come back. Kept hitting each other. That was kind of funny. Instead of deadlocking, we literally just hit each other. Am I still fighting peons? Or not fighting peons, but am I still like, are bodyguards still peons? Did they level up? I feel like I just got more bodyguards, but they didn't level up except for their defense. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to all that. Oh, Zhao Ren's, or Zhang's here. They look like they leveled up. They don't look like just peons. Oh, I thought I said my bodyguard died. Oh my god, I got scared for a minute. Full health. I'm gonna go down, get that one gate guard, and then dip. If I have the ability to dip. I could end this fight here with Zhao, but I'm not going to. Because I want to grab all the permanent drops from these. I gotta concentrate a little bit because it's gonna be kind of hard to do with arrows flying. All right. Oh, there's more here. I got hit, medic. I got Liu Bei-san. Let's go. Got a zigzag, so I don't get hit by an arrow. And with my luck, I'm gonna get hit with a straight arrow. I was gonna say straight arrow. Who's here? Oh, there is someone here. It's not just a gate captain. Oh, is he running? Okay, well, he came back to fight. Alright, under Death March is Death Note. I'm pretty sure these are alphabetical order, which is why they're showing up how they're showing up. Death Note, I'm pretty sure I don't gotta explain it. Good anime. Ow. Good anime, especially if it's like for people who don't watch anime, it's a good entry anime as well. So a lot of people like recommend it for as a entry level anime. I don't need to explain Death Note. I gave that a 9, of course. I don't gotta tell you why it's a 9. Under Death Note is Demon King Diamond. That one I rated a 7. It's just about a guy who it turns out to be a Demon King, attends a school, and people find out he's a Demon King. So it's really weird. I can't really tell you too much about it because I don't remember too much about it. But it's a harem anime. There is nudity in it, that I do remember. There was one of the first girls he meets, he like touches her, and her clothes rips, and she blames him, like thinking he did that on purpose when it was an accident. So, to kind of give you an idea, if you want to watch a harem anime, that one's a good one. It has nudity in it, if that's your cup of tea. And I can't see what's underneath that one because I gotta scroll down, but I'm in the middle of a fight. So just give me a few minutes. Alright, let me collect this thing. Okay, there we go. Let me scroll down a little bit. That was 14. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Z. Let's see, Dragon Ball 7, Dragon Ball GT 5, Dragon Ball Super 8, Dragon Ball Z 9. I don't gotta mention any of those. Why give them the score they did. GT, while I like GT for what it was not that good, in my opinion. You know, it had a good story. Super Saiyan 4 was pretty cool, but it just wasn't like the best for me, right? So I hope you can agree with those scores. I love welcome Yuto. I love Dragon Ball is 10 out of 10. Well, you missed out. I don't give any anime 10s. And I don't give all. I would never give an anime a 10, and I'll never give an anime a 1, just because for me 10 is perfect, and no anime I could rate perfect if I have not seen all anime, which is never gonna happen. So I'm never gonna rate 10. The highest I will give an anime is a 9. So in mine, you could say a 9 is a 10. But yeah, so Dragon Ball 7, like I said, it still had its issues, but it was good for what it was. Dragon Ball GT 5 was not the best, but it was still good in its own way. Super was an 8. I liked it, but not everything of it. It still has some of its issues, and you know, Dragon Ball Z, it could be because nostalgia, but 9. And yeah, underneath that one is Goblin Slayer, and I gave Goblin Slayer a 9 as well. I love Goblin Slayer. That's actually, speaking of Yuto, he's here. Yuto's like stopped watching anime at one point, and not because he hated anime, it's just stuff. Goblin Slayer is one of the first animes when he came back to watching anime, and now he watches some anime now, but for the longest time he never watched anime, or he stopped watching anime, and now Goblin Slayer is one of the first ones that got him kind of back into it. Not gonna say it helped contributed. Maybe he was just getting back into anime in general, but I would like to believe, in my head canon, Goblin Slayer is what got him back into anime. Oh, and Yuta, I was talking about a story where there's an anime that I dropped because it just wasn't for me that you actually finished. And I was going to say, if you ever come, I was going to ask you the name of it. Do you remember the anime where it's like a guy, he has like this robot girl? Super brought me back. I'm going to say Goblin Slayer did. But a guy found like a robot girl, and he brought her back. Like, she was like broken or whatever. And he brought her back, and you know, there was a teacher who her boyfriend left her. You had to watch Super. Where her boyfriend left her for a robot, so she was kind of scarred, and the best friend of the anime, the protagonist, fell in love with her, and yeah, that was just pretty much it. It was a slice of life, no action, no nothing. I didn't really think there had too much comedy in it. Oh, you don't know the name, but you know which one I'm talking about. Okay, but that, I was gonna say you probably don't know the name, but if you did, you know, it's not a big deal. I went more into depth about it, so I'm pretty sure someone could find it, and I'm sure I could find it if I wanted to, but I'm over here playing. Goblin Slayer. Are you doing homework? You're not gonna keep me open and you do your homework just so you can hear me, and whenever I say something, you can just butt in. But anyways, even if you do leave, you know, thanks for stopping by. You know, I'm doing Zhao Yun, and once I complete Zhao Yun, I will unlock Liu Bei, and I don't know if I will have enough time. Depends how tired I am. Where? There's Cao Ren. And depending on how tired I am, will be if I do Liu Bei's story and finish Shu. Right now, I'm feeling good. Like right now, I can still go. Not paying attention. I'm talking about anime, so you don't gotta watch what I'm doing, because I'm just going through the battles. I'm talking about my anime list, where I was talking about how I'm adding anime that I've completed to my list, but there's anime that I've watched but haven't completed that I don't want to add to my list, and I didn't complete it because it's bad. I didn't complete it because I stopped having time to watch it. Oh, thank God I was able to pick that up. Like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, or Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I ran out of time. Not ran out of time. I guess ran out of time is kind of technically correct, where I didn't have time to watch it, so I never finished it. So that's why I don't want to add it to my list, even though they're good animes. Another one being Free Ren. I watched Free Ren up to like episode 10 or 12, where Free Ren fought Aura. Again, I was gonna say Aurora, but her name's Aura. Where Free Ren fought Aura, and that's where I pretty much stopped watching because I got busy. And season 2 came out, and I can watch it now, but I want to finish season 1. And now I'm thinking of I think I was getting to this part, but I never said it, but so I'm gonna say it now in case I did forget. I'm thinking about the animes that I didn't see that I've stopped watching because I couldn't finish them. I'm thinking about getting the DVDs and watching them on my TV here on the big screen. You know, better graphics and all that other stuff, right? One of them being Full Metal Alchemist, another one being Evangelion, and Free Ren. I got Free Ren. I actually got Free Ren. So that was cool. I also got Solo Leveling season 1. I don't think season 2 is out yet. I have not finished Solo Leveling. That one, I was busy when that one came out, and I saw some episodes, like clips of them, but I never like saw a full episode of it. So I got Solo Leveling as DVD sitting on. It was on sale. That's why I got it, sitting on my bookshelf. I think what I'm gonna do is cut down through here. Okay. Archers. Oh, by the way, Yuto, I know you're probably just gonna be listening to me. You have me open. I don't know if you're gonna be actually listening to me, but right now I got Liu Bei's son. That was not a mission. That's not a side mission that I could do. I'm just saying that I'm right now. I'm currently got Liu Bei's son, and I'm just running around with him, fighting all these people. All right, under Goblin Slayer and both Goblin Slayer and Goblin Slayer Season 2, I gave those 9s. Ow. So both Goblin Slayers I gave 9s. That's why I hate archers. Oh, they're running away? Thank God. Alright, and then, and also, this is one of the only movies that I actually added, surprisingly. Goblin Slayer, Goblin's Crown. Yuto, I know he's busy, so he's probably not going to reply. Did you ever actually watch that movie when I told you about it when it came out? Or did you not watch it? But under Goblin Slayer is Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. That one's another isekai. That one is borderline hentai. So it's just, like I said, it's a guy that goes into another world. I think he actually did die. Most isekais, they did die. Most of them, not all of them. Like Arifureta, they got teleported. They did not die. But I think that one he did die. You did watch the movie? Okay. All the Shahos are here. I think that was all Shahos. Shaho Yuan, Shaho Dune. Who is not here? Okay. Alright, I'm going to push a little bit forward. About right here. Who are you? No, you're not Shaho. You're Zhang Liang. Liao. No, I don't know why I said Liang. Okay, so it's not all the Shahos. It's both the Shahu cousins and Liang. Liao. I don't know why I said Leon again. Liao. Zhong Liao. Damn. I got tag team. I got Liao. Leon. Liao. Oh, the second part is I don't know where his sword went. There it is. Found it. Oh, health right there. Saw it. I thought I grabbed it. How did I miss? And grab the sword. Who did I kill? Was it Yuan? I didn't get no. That was just an NPC because I didn't get no death cutscene. Like that. Any more? Where is Yuan? He's just over alive. Okay, he left. I killed Liao. And he just dipped. Well, I didn't kill Liao, but he left. Liao left. And so did Shaho Yuan. He was like, bye. I'm over here killing NPCs for health. Alright, you could probably drop health. And you drop this. No health. Okay, I could go with this. And also thank you for answering. You didn't have to. I know you're doing your homework, so I appreciate it. Ow. Right, we're back on green. Or blue, depending how you see this. that's the death. Again, route visual. Hey, they all went from the upper side instead of the bottom down here. Look at that. Look at the map. They all went from the top. I think that's funny. That's the first time I've ever seen them, like actually see them going from the top like that. I'm not saying they've never done it before. I'm just saying like that's the first time I actually noticed it, and the whole blue just going that way, and they're coming like in a pincer attack. So there's that. But and it's funny because Cao Cao's right down there, just like pretty much by himself. Alright, underneath Harem in the Labyrinth. Oh, I never finished it when I was explaining it. So I think he died and went to another world. And he's not the strongest person there, but he does have the ability to change like his job class. Pretty much all job classes you have to unlock, or it's race based. So like let's say a dwarf has the potential to be a blacksmith, but a human cannot be a blacksmith. But not all dwarves have the ability to blacksmith. You have to. Some people think only gifted dwarves are awarded with that, but the guy finds out that no, you actually have to unlock it by doing like certain objectives, basically. So for blacksmith, I think one of the things that a dwarf had to do was hit 2 enemies at the same time with the weapon. Don't fully remember, but like I said, it's borderline hentai because the guy buys slaves, and there's 2 options slaves he could buy. He could buy just working slaves, or he could buy S slaves, if you know what I mean, the 3-letter S word. And so far, all the slaves he buys are S slaves, but they're good at fighting too. So they're not just used for pleasure. They can also fight. Another kind of borderline hentai animes that I have on here that are not on the level of Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World. High School DxD, that one's a 7. DxD Born 7. They got yes, they do. High School DxD New 7. So all the High School DxDs that I've seen, I think there's one more on here that came out that I have not seen, but they're 7s, in my opinion. Again, ecchi. I'll say ecchi. They're not. Harem in the Labyrinth world is borderline hentai. The only reason it's not hentai is because that it doesn't show. Well, I take that back. If you see the uncut version, they do show the action, but not on the level of hentai. You know, but they like. Why did everything go quiet? Okay, there we go. Like, you know, but those scenes are. It's like if you see them in the movie. When you see those scenes in the movies, where you know you might see boobs and everything, you might see like sheets moving and all that stuff, but you don't see what's actually going on, like a hentai. So it's kind of like that. High School DxD, they don't do any of that, but it's mostly just ecchi. You know, boobs, boob grabbing, those kinds of jokes. So yeah. How a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom. That one is an 8. I think that was actually pretty good. What is that icon right next to these? Oh, where to watch? Huh, interesting. Oh, it's on Hulu. I think that's on Hulu. Oh, that's interesting. Ah, I got quiet.
I'm counting on you, Lu Xun.
Anytime now.
At Changban, Liu Bei barely escapes with his life. Joining forces with Sun Quan, he manages to destroy Cao Cao's pursuit. At the same time, he regains control of Jing. They call this the Battle of Qi Bi. With Jing as a base, Liu Bei turns west to Shu. Winning control of Shu, he is finally in a position to begin Zhuge Liang's Heavenly Triangle. However, Sun feels threatened by Bei's growth. He allies with Wei, and together they seize control of Jing. A furious Bei swears revenge. By 221, Bei's army had been attacking Yiling Castle for a year. The men are exhausted and so worn out that at first they do not notice Wu's counterattack.
Okay, High School DxD is kind of again, I tried to explain it without doing spoilers. So in season 1, they kind of explained them like a chessboard, like each. All right, so demons are real. First of all, demons are real, and the head honcho, the leader of the demons, like they're different leaders. you could say. But they refer her as king/queen, and they get no kings. They're always kings. But just because you're a king does not mean you're a male. It's just like power level wise. You're like on the chessboard. The king is the strongest board piece. So all the leaders, regardless of your gender, is referred to as the king. Then you'll have a queen. You'll have your bishop. I hate that your horse can't go on here. Ow. You have your bishop, your not jacks, your knights, and all this other stuff. And you could actually recruit humans to on your team, and they'll get some special power. I don't know if they become demons. I think they become demons. So I'll take that back. I think they become demons. But depending on how tough a human is, how strong, will determine how many pieces it'll take for them to become to be recruited in a way. So like the main guy, I think he had to get all the pawn pieces to be recruited. The main character. That's how strong he was, or how valuable he was. I don't know what the correct wording will be for this case. And they get other people as well. There are other positions. The bishop, which I think becomes the healer. It's also funny because they recruit people from the church, but every time they pray, they hurt themselves because demons are like they have a weakness to prayer. So it's funny when they recruit people from the churches because every time they like, oh Lord save me, or Lord protect us, they get hurt. So, oh look. Guan Yu drops his red hair. Oh, I jumped over it. I jumped over it again. I say it like if I get on the red hair, it'll like permanently stay, which it doesn't because my horse just despawned. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And some demons have battles, and depending, like they wager stuff on the battles. Like I think one of the main battles in the first one, keyword think, so I could be wrong, was on the marriage of the main female character. So like if they lost, she will have to marry the king of the other team, like a political marriage, you could say. And they did not want that. So where is the red horse? No, Ling Tong, come back. I haven't beat you. Oh well. That's one thing. I thought Ling Tong was underneath Zhao Yun. Oh, I got him trapped here. There we go. Ha 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 ha. A slight loophole, even though it wasn't really a loophole. You're the gate guard? I feel like you're out more than you should be, but whatever. That's fine by me. Oh, and another thing that the main character, he has an advantage of is that because he's a pawn. Oh, look, the gate's right there. I did not see it when I got off the horse. Is he could like if one. I think they have to be defeated. But if one of the other pieces is defeated, he could promote himself to that class. So like if he needed to, he could promote himself into a queen. The only piece he cannot promote himself to is the king, which I think is the actual thing in chess. I don't think he could have two kings. So there's that. Yuto knows more about chess than I do, so refer to him whenever he's finished with his homework. He takes a small break to type something out. There we go, knocked you down. Where'd you go? Again, I don't want to go too. Oh, there you go. I don't want to go too far because then the red horse will disappear. Now where's my guy Zhao Yun? Zhao Yu. I'm Zhao Yun right now. There you are. There. Okay, so underneath High School DxD. Yeah, I'm better get some of these health. I don't need all of them. Well, I'll grab this one too for my bodyguards. and this one. That one's a double. That's the last one. Okay, so right underneath that one is How a Realist Hero Rebuilt a Kingdom 1 and 2. Both of them I gave an 8 because it's actually pretty good. It's not too. It has action in it, but it's not too much action. That one is a guy gets isekai'd. I don't think he died. I think he was summoned there, and he was summoned to help. Well, he was not summoned to help rebuild a kingdom. He was summoned. I don't want to say why he was summoned, but he was not summoned specifically to help rebuild the kingdom. I'll say that much. But he ends up becoming the next king, and he has to help rebuild the kingdom because they're pretty much like on the verge of starvation and just losing everything. So I'm getting jumped. I'm not gonna lie. Finally, the fire attack happened. I was waiting for that. I actually thought at one point like the fire attack was not gonna happen. There's so much going on that I'm just gonna have to spam attacks because there's too many people around. Now whoever gets hit, whoever doesn't, doesn't. I want to try to, oh dang. Tai Shi died, and I try not to kill him because, yeah, he was gonna run. I knew it. Oh well. Can't really go after him now. Alright, I knew it. He went over here. I don't know why you're gunning, why you ran. Did you know you will get your butt kicked by me if you stay? That way you ran? Alright, so once he becomes king, he gets engaged to the queen. The princess, not the queen. He gets engaged to the princess of the past king. And yeah, just a lot of stuff goes down. He helps rebuild kingdoms. War happens. People don't agree with the regime change, I guess you could say. So, like, there's infighting, and he has to quell all that while bringing the country back to prosperity. And it's a harem anime. It's not as graphic as the other anime. Like I said, like the borderline hentai, nothing like that. Okay, now I was just making sure because I thought I saw something wrong, but no, it was right. There's 2 exits here. Lu Xun. I'm mostly trying to get the archers. Ow. I wonder if you can stop the fire attack. Like if you go after Lu Xun and defeat him before he has a chance to set it up. I wonder if you can stop the fire attack. I don't think anything happens if you stop it. I don't think you get like rewarded. Because there's no true weapons or anything like that. But just stopping the fire attack, if you can, it'll just be a visual only. Because even being in the fire attack, like your army does not die or anything. Like you won't lose like a chunk of your army if the fire attack goes off. It's so weird seeing Zhao tie with the halberd or lance or whatever this is called. Don't push me. I've mentioned it before. It's just so weird. I thought I was gonna say, did I lose the red hair? No. Thank God I didn't. I was not even going straight. Like I just now got to go straight and then they still hit me. know, if you guys want to attack, go for it. It can help out. Guy. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, it's a harem anime, so expect there to be multiple love interests. Really good. Like that, it does have some political stuff, but it's nothing that's like, oh well, I don't want real life politics into my anime. It doesn't do like those kind of politics. It just does that world's politics. There is some basis of it in real life. But whatever, it's not something that you'll regret watching. Well, I mean, maybe you can regret watching it. Even if it's a good anime, you can always regret watching it. So I don't want to say you can't regret watching it, but I mean, it's a good watch. The political in that one's kind of like saying like the political stuff in Gundam, basically. I'm not saying they're the same. I'm just saying it's kind of like that where there's some policy in. Again, it's about a guy trying to rule a kingdom, so of course there's going to be some policy. It's just not going to be like everything I do is right. But he has to have a logical reason why this thing has to work. It's like why this alliance works and why this alliance doesn't work. Why this battle tactic works, why this battle tactic won't work. Underneath that one is how not to summon a demon. 1 and 2. 1 I gave 7 and 2 I gave 8 because I do think season 2 was better than season 1. That one is another isekai. A guy gets isekai into one of his favorite games where he's a demon lord, and he gets summoned by an elf and a cat girl. And the magic that they were going to use to bind them, well, because he was summoned as his character, the Demon Lord had like a magic repel. Let's say cloak. I don't think it was a cloak, but let's just say cloak. Where any magic cast onto him will be repelled back to the user. So instead of them enslaving the MC, he ends up enslaving the girls instead. And now he goes on adventures with them, and it's just funny. I think he kind of hides the fact that he's a demon. But he says it, like he has like his demon introduction, like I am Anos, the Demon King, and that's not his name, but I'm just saying like Anos is another demon that I'm just using as a reference. Like I'm Anos, the Demon King, wahaha. But a lot of people just think he's like LARPing as a demon lord. But it's action comedy. It's a good watch, and also there's a character that resembles Minato Aqua from Hololive. Former talent from Hololive in season 2 is a robot girl. She was a character in the manga, so it's not like they added her in there, but it just like she has like a strike resemblance to Minato Aqua. It would be funny if she was voiced by her. I don't know the voice actors. And they do have a Pecora from Hololive. Again, they have a Pecora reference. A peasant when they're walking through the slums, there's like a bunny girl with her braided hair and carrots in her hair, and it's like literally like a resemblance to Pecora. Right, today. I can't see because of my head. Okay, they took over that one. Okay, let me scroll down. After that one, in another world with my smartphone. That one I rated a 7. That's one of the ones where a lot of people did not like, but I did like. So that's why I'm saying just because it's my rating, it does not reflect the ratings of other people. So that's why forgive me. And then in another world on my smartphone, it's a dude who accidentally got killed by God. So as an apology, God gave him a choice to transfer to another world, and he said, as an apology, I can let you go with anything you want. So the guy chooses his smartphone, and so he said, okay, I'll let you take your smartphone, and I'll even give you magic so you can charge it because there's no chargers. He was going to a fantasy world, There's no chargers in that world, so I'll give you magic so you can charge your phone. And I'll let you have access to the internet, but you can't call nobody. So you basically have a phone, but you can't call nobody. Basically like a tablet, but it's a phone. Maybe you can call on your tablet, I don't know. But that's just what I'm just saying. Like, see, he can watch movies, he can watch songs. He can do all that on his smartphone. So he can look up how to make stuff. And he becomes overpowered. I don't want to spoil too much. I like it. Some people might not like it. I can understand if you don't, but that's fine. Ow. And it's crazy. Like the anime does become crazy. Story-wise, like lore-wise, I should say, it gets crazy. But again, I think it's good. Not everyone's cup of tea, and I can understand that. Especially if you don't like isekai slop. I'm putting quotes around slop. So yeah, if you don't like isekai slop, then you're not gonna like that one. That a lot of people do call it isekai slop, so that's why I understand if you don't like it. Let me go gate captain down here. Go, should be enough. So I can clear out. Zoom Quan's the last one left. Right here. Alright, underneath how not to stop, not how not, in another world with my smartphone, is anime that I actually do enjoy. Well, I enjoy a lot of these, so I'm saying that is technically not, I don't know why I said it like that. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? Season 1, I gave a 7. Season 2, I gave an 8. Season 3, I gave an 8. Season 4, I gave an 8. I enjoy, Season 1 was the weakest one in my opinion. And the others were pretty good. And this is not an isekai. It's just gods were born in heaven, so they decided to descend into the mortal realm. But they gave themselves limitations because if they had their full powers, they could destroy the world. But they create like guilds, they call familias, where gods can put people under their insignia. And they could go into a dungeon and fight, get stronger, gain experience, and all that stuff, right? So, video game logic, but without it being in an isekai. The main character, Belle, joins the Hestia familia. Hestia being a Greek goddess. And there's a lot of Greek goddesses. There's also a lot of Norse goddess. There's Loki, which is one of the main villains of Hestia. They don't like each other. There's Freya. That's another Greek one, I believe. You know, they have Hermes, they had Zeus and Hera, who had the two strongest familia before they had to be disbanded for reasons I don't want to get into. That's pretty much it. It's just a guy, a boy, because he's 14. And I think he ends up becoming, right now, I think in the light novel, I think he's 15. But he joins the Hestia familia as the only familia. And yeah, it's basically him going to the dungeon by himself, getting stronger, and slowly recruiting the family and people into the family. And the Hester family starts getting bigger and bigger, but not too big. You know, there's still enough characters, so you don't like forget. Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Now, that I talked about this one earlier. Oh, hold up, I gotta be quiet.
Prime Minister.
It's nothing. Prepare to move.
Oh, I forgot I have to skip this. Alright, I'm going to have to wait until it restarts so I can skip it. I'm just going to keep hitting the start button. There we go. That was quicker than I thought. I was literally about to read my next one.
Liu Bei manages to defeat the forces of Sun Quan at Yiling and retake Jing. He goes on to take all of Wu. Now there are only 2 forces in the land. In 227, Bei begins a campaign against the traitor who destroyed the Han, Cao Cao and his Wei. However, the brilliant offensive strategies of Shu's Zhuge Liang are countered by the superb defensive planning of Wei's Sima Yi. Neither can hold an advantage for very long. In 234, Liu Bei moves to break the deadlock. Following Zhuge's advice, he moves his forces to the plains of Wujiang. Cao Cao moves once again to stop Liu Bei's advance. He heads with Sima Yi to Wujiang. 2 armies, 2 brilliant strategists, only one outcome. The fate of China is about to be decided.
Yeah. Mobile Fighter G Gundam, I gave that one an 8. Now I talked earlier, and I was saying how that one, like, I possibly gave it a 9, but I was just as an example because I don't remember if I actually did give it a 9 or I gave it an 8. I think an 8 is a fair score in my opinion. Again, Mobile Suit Gundam, I give that. I don't think I gotta go into Gundam. I talked. Yeah, what's there to not understand about Gundam? Even if you don't know anime, you should know Gundam. Just giant robots, politics and giant robots. Pretty much that's all you gotta know about Gundam. Mobile Suit Gundam, the original. Oh my god, I can't. There we go. I don't even think. I'm sad that it wasn't me that knocked him down. Just the original Mobile Gundam, I gave that a 7. For its, despite its age, I think it was pretty good. Best, no. But I think that's a fair assessment in the 7. Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Destiny, that one I also gave a 7. Seed after I would say Wing and G Gundam, I would probably put Seed Destiny as one of my favorites. What ruined it was in the later seasons when they stopped making the MC, because I think the person who was writing it, Shin, that was his name. I was trying to remember his name, that's why I said the MC. Shin Asuka. The person who was working on it, I think they didn't like the direction he was going with, so they replaced him with the writer who was writing the one previous. Because Seed Destiny is actually technically season 2. The one before that one was called Seed. Gundam Seed. And Seed Destiny is basically season 2, but focusing on a different character. That's why it's kind of like in a weird place, where it's technically season 2, but at the same time not season 2 because it's not following the main character. Even though the main character of Seed, Kira Jesus, I forgot how they called him. They did call him Jesus, but I can't remember if that was his last name or what. Because he had insane plot armor. He will survive things that other people will not be able to survive ever. Like, one of the things he survived was a fucking beam. No, one thing he survived that I could say. I'm not going to say which one it was in that he survived this, but he survived it. His Gundam blowing up. So his cockpit, now you could say like, oh, maybe he had like some sort of protection around his cockpit that protected him. There was a hole in his cockpit that was made by either another Gundam or a mobile suit. Can't remember. I'm just gonna say mobile suit because technically Gundams are still mobile suits. So there was a giant hole in his Gundam, the cockpit, and his Gundam still blew up, and because they hit the reactor. They hit the reactor on the Gundam that was sitting like right underneath the Gundam that makes the Gundam moves and everything, and because they hit it, his Gundam was gonna explode. And I don't recall there being a scene where he like ejected or anything like that. His Gundam just blew up in the water or over the water, and he lives with no scratches, no missing arm, no missing legs, no missing body parts. He just I can't remember if this exactly happened. He wakes up on a beach, just like no scratches or nothing. Just, what's up, man? So that's why they call him Jesus. But see Destiny Season 2. Well, I'm calling Season 2. I like the main character. I liked his motivation and all that stuff. Not the best motivation, but I liked it. Then the person who was writing it got replaced by the guy who made Seed, not Destiny. And he put Kira back as the main character, even though Shin was still appearing, but the story shifted. So that's why I hate it. I hate that. That's why I didn't give it 8, even though it's a good one. I gave it a 7, which I think is still a bit higher than what I should have. Like, I could have given it a 6. I have reasons to give it a 6, but 7 still. I think it's still good. It's just the plot, that story, that I have issue with, and I understand why, because the author was replaced. I say author, but it's not. It's an anime. It's not technically. Well, whatever. I think it's the same thing. All right, Mobile Suit Gundam's Wing. This one I gave it an 8. I don't think I gave any Gundams a 9. But again, not saying that they're bad, but I like Wing Gundam. For me, bias wise, I like G Gundam better. Bias, and I will admit it. I'm not gonna say no. Zeta Gundam, give that a 7. Not the best one, but I think it's still good. Monster Girl Doctor. That one, I think it was a fun. It was a fun anime. Give that one a 7. It's just a guy who is a doctor for monster girls, I think there are monster guys, but he mostly treats monster girls. So I still remember one scene where he has an assistant doctor. Limia, is that what they're called? The snake women. You know, where they have like the bottom half of a snake, upper half of a woman. And there's a scene where she had a basket. She had her stomach. She had a bump in her stomach, you know, making her look like she's pregnant. And she was saying like, oh, you know how, you know, we're gonna have a baby and all this other stuff to the doctor. And he knows that she's messing with him, and so she had a basket that someone gave them for like as a thank you, and she hid it in their stomach. I think there's a law that says humans cannot have relationships with demon girls. I don't think that's 100% true. That could be from the next anime I'm about to mention, and just for mentioning that, you probably know what I'm talking about. But for whatever reason, the guy just doesn't hook up with anybody, even though there are various monster girls that fall in love with them. There's a dragon girl that falls in love with him. Wow. Oh. I like how it's so easy to knock me down, but yet when I want to knock people down, no, it takes shipping and handling for them to finally come. Are you guys the archers? Yes, they're bowmen. Alright, the other one, the one that I could probably be thinking about humans not being able to fall in love with the monster girls is Monster Musume Everyday Life with Monster Girls. That one, there is a law that the humans cannot hook up with the monster girls. And that's the one's a harem, and it's ecchi. You know, there's questionable scenes in there as how I could stay Twitch/YouTube friendly. I don't know about Twitch, but on YouTube at least, because these are going to go up on YouTube. There's certain words I know you can't say. But to keep it PG, you know, a guy takes care of some of the girls, and they fall in love with them, and a lot of questionable stuff happens. But he can't be in a relationship with any of the girls. So, like, no, I don't think he can kiss them. But it's like a homestead kind of anime, where the monster girls are assigned to people, and some girls can be assigned to more than one guy or person, because it's not just the guys. It can be assigned to more than one person. And the guy has various girls. He has a slime girl, the Lamia, the snake girl from earlier that I talked about. Different one, because there's different anime. Oh, did I say what I rated it? I rated it a 7. I don't know if I said it, but now I did. Both of them are 7s. There's a spider girl, there's a centaur, there's a harpy girl. And though these are not in his home care, other girls are interested in the show. A zombie, a cyclops, like a giant kind of girl. I forget what she is, what she's supposed to be. She's like a giant. Like kind of like a no, not a minotaur. What was I gonna say? Oh no, I think I called the other girl minotaur. I meant to say centaur. It's a centaur girl, not a minotaur. I think I said minotaur before. And I'm pretty sure I'm forgetting some more. But yeah, that one I rated that one a 7. My Hero Academia season 1, I gave a 7. So season 2 is a 7. Season 3 I think was good, which I gave that an 8, and season 4 I gave that an 8. I know there are more seasons out there, but that's where I stopped watching, and it's going back to that thing where I became busy and just haven't watched the other ones, and I haven't really. I kind of stopped caring about My Hero Academia, so I don't know when I'll go back to watching that one. But then next is Naruto. Naruto is a 7. Naruto Shippuden, I gave it 8, and I'm pretty sure I don't gotta explain what Naruto is, so I'm not gonna go in there. Then I think after that it's just all Pokemon. Pokemon 7, Pokemon Generations 8, Pokemon X Series XY, I got an 8. Me personally, I like XY. If I had to choose all the Pokemon and I can only pick one as my favorite, I think I'll give XY. I love that one. I gave that one an 8. XYZ gave an 8 because it's technically still a continuation of XY. Hold on. I did all that just to get nothing. Pokemon Advance, I gave it an 8. I did like Advance too. I liked Advance as well. Pokemon Black and White, I gave that one a 7. Black and White Rival Destiny, I gave that one a 7 as well. Diamond and Pearl was pretty good as well. I gave that one an 8. I don't even know where my horse is anymore from just reading the computer. There it is. Just give me a minute. I'm pretty sure there's an enemy here somewhere. Could be wrong though. Alright, ow. I think I was wrong. I apologize for my outburst. Rival Destiny is Diamond and Pearl. Let me scroll down a little bit more. Pokemon Origins, I gave a 7. Oh, that's not the list. That's not the end. I thought Pokemon was going to be the end. There's more. Hold up. Okay, yeah, there's an enemy down here. Fine. Oh, there you go. Shahood. I don't know why I thought Pokemon was the last one. Ow. There's an anime that I talked about earlier that I didn't even go to, and it's after P. So, Hitman Reborn, Kiriako Hitman Reborn. It just says Reborn on my anime list. Oh, Pokemon Origins, I gave a 7. I did like 7. It was 7. I did like Origins. It was short and to the point, and it was really good. 4 episodes, really good. Recommend it. If you're questioning about ever watching Pokemon, I say Origins is a good to kind of grasp the situation, I guess. But if you watch the actual Pokemon show, it's not gonna be like Origins, but it's like a good entry, so you can kind of see okay, it's like a good vibe check, I guess you could say, to see if you like Pokemon. Origins is a lot darker than I say a lot. No, it's not a lot darker. Origins is a bit darker than than the actual Pokemon that came out before it, because it follows the game, and the game the game was different than the anime when they came out. There was some like some ghost reference, right? Like in Lavender Town, there's a girl that says that she asks if you believe in ghosts, and if you say no, she'll say, "Oh yeah, well the white hand that's around your shoulder is just my imagination, huh?" And they reference that in the anime. And when he looks at his shoulder, he doesn't say anything, so he turns back to look at the people like, "There's no ghost on my shoulder." Both of the people that were there are gone, so kind of like indicating that they were both ghosts. So just to kind of like tell you like how it's slightly dark. I mean, not saying that the other anime they don't have their own dark moments, but there's a scene that they actually removed from the original, from Origins, where Charmander bit Squirtle. No, sorry, reverse that. Squirtle bit Charmander, and Charmander was giving off this horrific yell. Like, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, "Good God, they let that!" And it was like almost like a death cry, like I can't do it, but like while shaking its tail. Oh my God, that was awful. Not awful like bad. Oh yeah, it kind of awful bad. It wasn't awful like, oh, that was awesome. Kind of like, oh man, like ugh, like Pokemon actually like experiencing pain. Reborn. That one, a lot of people might not know. That one's kind of like a shonen, but it wasn't well known as a shonen. It has 203 episodes, so it ran for a long time. I give that one a 7 because it includes all seasons. They don't all arcs, I'll say. They don't separate them by seasons. Technically, the whole thing is just one season, separated by arcs. And it was really good. It's a guy who he ends up becoming his test scores are kind of bad, so his mom hires a tutor, and the tutor ends up becoming like this baby looking thing, and the baby looking thing is calls himself a hitman, and he like to kind of motivate the guy. It's kind of hard to explain like this part. But like to kind of like motivate the guy, he shoots him with the gun. But it's like one of these guns where it's like he tells him, if you die, like you're gonna die without having any regrets or anything. But what he shot him with was like this special bullet that whatever he regrets, the bullet will bring him back to life, quote air quotes, where he would do what he regrets, and when he completes it, he will go back to normal. Like, so he never really dies. He never really dies. So like, all right. So one of the first things that happened was. He got hit right with the bullet. There's this girl he likes, and his regret was never confessing to her. And so to kind of indicate audience-wise that this happened, he gets like a flame on his head, and then his clothes rip. Like when he comes back to life. Again, air quotes, coming back to life. There's no more. Yeah, okay. There's no gate in here. Up here. So he rips off his clothes and he starts running. Like he becomes superhuman. He gets hit by a truck and he lives. So this bullet like makes the person unstoppable basically. And he has no control over while he's doing this. Like he doesn't care that he's naked. He doesn't care that what he's doing. But he goes to the girl he wanted to confesses to her. She doesn't really say anything. She thinks he's joking. And just like kind of brushes him off, and like because he confessed, it wears off, right? The flame. So then he sees that he's naked. He gets embarrassed, but that the girl never does not fall in love with him or nothing like that. Like she doesn't find him icky or anything like that. She's just like a good spirited girl, and she legit thought that he was just like trying to cheer her up because I think she was sad. So she thought he was trying to cheer her up. So she kind of finds that like cute. As time goes on, you find out that the guy, the main character, is he's one of the future leaders, like next in line, I'll say, or one of the potential lines for a mafia family. And that's basically like the whole thing. That's why the baby came to him and everything, because like to kind of like groom him into being a mafia leader. And I'm using the correct term, groom, not the negative implications of groom. To be the mafia boss. And of course, like each episode is like kind of like a monster of the week kind of thing, you kind of say, where each episode he gets shot, has to lives through a regret, gets naked with not fully naked. He's wearing his boxers or underwear. It's never tidy whities. They're more boxer, brief kind of undergarments. Does whatever he regrets, and it's a lot of stuff like boxing somebody, teaching somebody, being someone's friend, all this other stuff. And then like it starts getting heavier as time goes on. He starts learning to control the flame. He has to fight other mafia bosses. He has to grab a squad of people, and it just gets really exciting. Like more and more bossy, and there are other babies that are technically hitmans, but they're not like dressed as him. Really good. I recommend watching the openings for them. I think my favorite opening is number 4, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, and then after that one is Seri Gonseki Spirit Chronicles. I give that one a 7. That one's an isekai. It's a guy who gets isekai. He was in a bus accident. Gets isekai. Wakes up as I think it was a 5, 6, 7-year-old, something like that. With memory, he has both memories. So he has both memories of like when he was born and all this. Well, not when he was born. You don't remember when you were born, but he remembers like the mother of this world, and he starts having like an identity crisis. He's like, okay, like who's the real me? The memories that I just got from this guy in Japan, or this me right now? Like who's the real me? So he has like an identity crisis, but he gets strong. He forms a contract with spirits, starts using magic and all this other stuff.
Liu Bei has succeeded in restoring the Imperial Han to power. The age of Shu Han is about to begin.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to read. Oh god, and I'm also gonna have to pee. Well, I'm gonna do that when the song that I'm gonna meet for. All right, let's go. I'm ready to butcher this. Zhao Yun, a paragon of chivalry and duty with the commanding and dignified presence and superb spear skills. He was truly an outstanding warrior. This is way different than anyone else. In the annual of Chinese history, Zhao Yun stands supreme. His battle brings Zhao Jian to heel and ends the Eldon Rebellion. He later outwits the renowned warrior Lu Bu to quell the tyranny of Dong Zhuo. He proves his bravery at Changban, where his actions allowed the others to escape to safety. He again proves himself at Yiding by defeating Sun Quan. His final battle is with Wei and its emperor, Cao Cao. When the dust clears, China once again belongs to the Han and Liu Bei. Shu's officer Zhao Yun brought victory numerous times throughout his superb strategy. He has no equals in the armies of Shu. His selflessness pursuit of Liu Bei's dream ensures Zhao Yun the reputation of a clever and versatile tactician. I did not butcher that as badly as I thought I would. Alright, now I gotta mute everything, and I'm gonna go take a leak. So, BRB. Again, I just mute everything because I don't know which one technically has the songs that might be copyrighted, so. But again, I'm gonna let that play, and I'm gonna go use the bathroom. BRB.